In June of 2014, New Jersey is privileged to host its most inspirational athletic event ever. The Special Olympics 2014 USA Games. With the generous support of more than 10,000 volunteers, over 70,000 will experience this celebration of the human spirit. 3,500 remarkable athletes will compete with determination, pride, and passion as they give it their all.
And the reason the United States of America needs to come to New Jersey in 2014 is so that we can unite to make a difference in our communities and around the world.
And it's really about people having the opportunity to go out and be the best that they can be.
This event will place an absolute spotlight on that which makes New Jersey the greatest, and that is the human spirit.
Experience the movement, live the moment, and be part of the celebration. New Jersey will reveal America's champions at the Special Olympics 2014 USA Games. Let the games begin.
From Mercer County Park in West Windsor, New Jersey, good morning everyone and welcome to Strive's coverage of Special Olympics softball. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Mike Samsel with you. Our producer this morning is Derek Raymond, live from Mercer County Park as we're getting you set for this morning's game as New Jersey will be taking on the Dominican Republic. Taking a look at the starting lineups in today's game. First for New Jersey, taking a look at the starting lineups. A couple of lineup rules we'll go over for you as the game goes along. There will be 10 players in the field for each team. New Jersey is led by head coach Cynthia Godown, and her starting lineup will look like this. Batting leadoff and playing left center field is Michael Skinas. Batting second is the right fielder David Wardell. Batting third and playing shortstop is Brian Eitzen. Fourth is the left fielder Jamie Singh. Batting fifth and pitching in today's game is Andrew Vanderpool for New Jersey. Batting sixth is the third baseman Josh Orland. Batting seventh is right fielder Brian Nelson. Batting eighth and catching is Richie Pingatore. Batting ninth is the first baseman, and that is Mike Margarian. Batting 10th is the designated hitter Michael Crawford. And batting 11th is Vanessa Negron. You have the choice of using a designated player here in Special Olympics softball. New Jersey has taken that option. That is why they have 11 players out on the field. On the other side for Dominican Republic, they've chosen to use only 10. They will not use a designated hitter in today's game. They are led by head coach Vladimir Gonzalez, and his starting lineup will look like this. Batting leadoff and playing second base is Joel Nova. Batting second is the center fielder Carlos Reyes. Batting third at first base is Edison Javier. Batting fourth is the third baseman Miguel Dionicro. Batting fifth and catching Luis Chonce. Batting sixth is the shortstop Junior Charles. Joel Arias is the right fielder. He bats seventh. Batting eighth and playing left field is Johan Nova. Roger Nunez is on the mound today. He will bat ninth. And batting 10th and rounding out the lineup for Vladimir Gonzalez is the short fielder Christian Lugo. There's a couple different ways you could set up your lineup here in Special Olympics softball. You can either elect to go with two center fielders and you can have them play either left center field and right center field, or some play long center field and short center field. So we see both of the lineups taking place today, one with the short fielder and the other playing left center and right center. When we come back here on Strive, it will be time for first pitch.
Did you know that the world's largest public health organization for people with intellectual disabilities is actually Special Olympics? Today we're fighting to bring access to quality health services for a population that can face severe health issues, yet frequently receives inadequate care or no care at all.
But Special Olympics has also saved my life through the Healthy Athletes. In 2004, I went through the Healthy Athlete screening at my local summer games in California. And he says, "Dustin, brace yourself. I have some bad news for you. But don't worry about it. I know how to fix it." And he goes on to tell me that I have gum cancer forming in the upper left side of my mouth.
With more year-round Healthy Athletes clinics and follow-up care in sight, hearing, dental and general health, we can save the lives of more people like Dustin. We've completed more than 1 million health examinations, but this represents less than 4% of our athletes. We need to reach more. For many of them, an examination at a competition is their first chance to even see a doctor. We want more clinics in more places, more focus on diseases that affect our athletes in the poorest communities, more athletes, families and coaches spreading the word, more doctors trained in treating people with intellectual disabilities. Only then can we properly engage with health professionals, governments, policymakers, media, and others to bring the core issues which are invisible into the light. Special Olympics has the power to bring the most marginalized and underserviced population in the world out of the shadows. We have the power to save more lives.
If it wasn't for that one volunteer in Special Olympics, I would not be standing here today in front of all you showing my $1 million smile.
It's a goal worth fighting for. Join us.
Moose International is a proud sponsor of Special Olympics. Contact a local chapter for more information about how to become a member of Moose International. Hi everyone, welcome back to Mercer County Park here on Strive. Mike Samsel with you this morning. We'll be joined by a couple of guests as we're getting you set for Special Olympics softball. First up, it will be New Jersey taking on the Dominican Republic. And the Dominican Republic will be the home team in today's game. They're over in the third base dugout right now getting in their warm-up tosses. Out on the hill for the Dominican Republic today will be the lefty Roger Nunez. You see Nunez getting in his warm-up tosses and set to stand in. First is the left center fielder Mikey Skeens. He'll be standing in for New Jersey. Nunez looks in for a sign, and we are underway as the first pitch is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Nunez deals. And that one is in for a strike, even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. That one low, 2-1. That one is low, ball 3, and it's 3-1 the count. Here's the 3-1. And that one is in for a strike to fill up the count. 3-2 to the left center fielder, Mikey Skenes. Payoff pitch is chopped foul, so that will be an out. And 1 down is Mikey Skenes. For those of you new to Special Olympics softball, if you do foul off a pitch with 2 strikes, it is an out. And that is why Skenes is retired. It's 1 down, and that will bring in the right center fielder, David Wardell. Nunez deals the first pitch, and it's low for a ball, 1-0 the count. Taking a look at the defensive alignment for the Dominican Republic. In left field, Johan Nova. The center fielder, Carlos Reyes. Joel Arias is in right field. As the 1-0 is in for a strike, 1-1. Christian Lugo will play short center field, and on the infield, we'll go over that in just a second, as this pitch is swung on and missed. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Miguel Dionicro is the third baseman up the middle. Junior Charles and Joel Nova. Edison Javier is on at first. Luis Conce catches the lefty. Roger Nunez. The 1-2. Toward third. Dionicro on the first. And he'll be safe over there at first base. David Wardell reaches with 1 down here in the top of the first. And set to stand in, Brian Eitzen.
Now batting, number 20, Brian Eitzen.
Eitzen in his first at bat of the day with 1 down here in the top of the first. And that pitch is inside for a ball. 1-0 the count. 1-0. In for a strike, 1-1. It's Beverly Funicelli calling the balls and strikes in today's game. And Rick McCauley is your base umpire. This one chopped toward third. Dionicro again on the second for 1, and on the first, not quite in time. So that one will go down as a 5-4 fielder's choice as Eitzen reaches first base. Wardell cut down at second, and it's 2 down here in the New Jersey first. And set to stand in is the left fielder, Jamie Singh. First pitch from Nunez, and Singh swings and fouls it straight back.
Now batting, number 13,
0-1 the count. Eitzen on at first, 0-1 the count, and the delivery. Singh swings, pops it toward short right field, and that one will fall in for a base hit going to third there. Nice base running from Brian Eitzen. It's a single, and now it's runners on at the corners with 2 down, and Andrew Vanderpool, who is the pitcher for New Jersey, will have a great opportunity here to help himself out and get an early lead here in the top half of inning number 1. Nunez looks in for his sign, and the pitch. And that one is in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Swung on and missed by Vanderpool, 0-2.
I feel like I'm at the beach.
Looking in for his sign is Nunez. And the 0-2. Swung on, hit well in the left field, and that'll get in for a base hit, scoring the first run of the day. It's an RBI single for Andrew Vanderpool. Eitzen scores, and it's 1-0 New Jersey. So be runners on at first and second now.
Now batting, Josh Orland.
As Eitzen scores, and Josh Orland set to stand in. Nunez looks in, and the first pitch. And that one in for a strike, 0-1 the count. Singh the runner at second base, Vanderpool on at first, 1 home here in the top half of the New Jersey first. Nunez deals, and that one low. 1 ball, 1 strike. This one swung on and hit in the left field for a base hit. Rounding toward third and coming around, play at third, safe, run scores, and it's 2-0. Now play at second base, run down going on over there at first base. In the meantime, the runner breaks from third, he'll score. So a great job by Orland to get caught in the rundown long enough to allow the second run to score.
However, 2 runs score.
Or 2 runs score. Yeah, 2 runs score on the play, 3 runs in the inning. And that makes the score 3-0. New Jersey leads. But the Dominican Republic is able to get out number 3 here in the top half of inning number 1. But New Jersey able to get things going here in the top half of inning number 1. They score 3 runs on 3 hits, and they leave no one on base. We'll go to the bottom half of the first. 3-0 New Jersey lead.
Let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
This September on EKS Day, people around the world will carry on Eunice Kennedy Shriver's campaign for inclusion, acceptance, and unity.
The days of separation and segregation are over.
Play unified to live unified.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. It helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
Back here for the bottom half of inning number 1, Mike Samso on the call. First pitch swung on line towards short and in for a base hit. Joel Nova getting things started for the Dominican Republic on the first pitch.
Now batting, number 10, Carlos Reyes.
So now set to stand in is Carlos Reyes after the single from Nova. Here's the first pitch, and this one swung on and hit into center field for a base hit. 2 pitches and 2 runners on base. Now heading for third, and in there safely is Joel Nova. So the Dominican Republic running the bases well early on in this one. Runners at the corners with nobody down, and Edison Javier is set to stand in to face the righty Andrew Vanderpool. 3-0 our score as we're beginning play here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Set to stand in now Javier from the left-handed batter's box. And the first pitch misses. 1-0 the count. Nunez deals. And that one is low. 2 balls and no strikes. The count to Edison Javier. Vanderpool looks in and deals. And this one is swung on and missed. 2-1 the count. The pitch. And that one low. 3-1, hit towards second base and into right field for a base hit. Coming around the score on the play is Nova. And a rundown going on right now in between second and third, and being tagged out on the play is Carlos Reyes. Great throw there from the right fielder, Brian Nelson, to able to catch the runner Reyes in between second and third. Going to second base on the play is Edison Javier. Reyes down, 1 home, 3-1 the score. And 1 down here in the bottom of the first. Miguel Dionicro will stand in to face the righty Vanderpool. Dionicro swings and hits one pretty well into left field. It's a base hit. Coming around, here's the play at the plate, and in there safely is the runner Javier, heading toward third, and Dionicro will get there safely.
Miguel Dionisio delivers a hit, driving in another run. That's 2 runs, man on third base, and 1 out.
Run scores.
No problemo.
On the play, it's 3-2. Dionicro on at third, and Luis Conce, the catcher, stands in. A lot of action here in inning number 1. Here's the pitch. And that one misses for a ball. 1-0 the count. There's an hour, 15-minute time limit in the game, unless the game is tied. We'll get into that as things go on. A couple of base rolls you need to know about as well that we'll go through as that pitch misses for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to Luis Conce. Shortstop Junior Charles waits on deck. 2-1. One on at third. It's Dianicro. And that pitch misses for a ball. It's 3-1. One down here in the bottom of the first. 3-2 our score. And that one fills up the count at 3-2. Payoff pitch. That one swung on and hit toward third base. Nice snag over there. Throw on to first base, and it is in time.
Nice play on
Josh Orland, the play over at third, holds the runner on at third and is able to retire Conce 5-3 the putout. And it's 2 down here in the bottom of the first. Set to stand in Junior Charles. Vanderpool trying to get out of first with the lead intact. This one swung on and chopped toward third. Nice snag again. Orland on the first. And he's safe, able to beat it out. On the infield is Junior Charles. And there you see the play over there at first base. Is coming around to score on the play is Dianicro to tie the game at 3. But over there at first base, you'll see on your screen, there are 2 bags. There's a colored bag and a white bag over at first base. And that one is set up to avoid collision as the pitch is in for a strike. The colored bag that you see on the right side of your screen is the bag that the runner runs to, and the defensive play will come from the white bag. As that pitch misses to even up the count at 1. 1-1 swung on line towards short where it's snagged by Brian Eitzen. And that is the end of inning number 1. But we are all tied 3-3 as we head to the second here on Strive.
It was senior year and the whole school was cheering for her. And just seeing the smile on her face and then looking at the whole school and people were crying and people were cheering and just seeing how the whole school came together just for her was the most amazing thing ever.
Special Olympics has changed my life so dramatically.
I truly realize that what I'm doing is for a great cause.
It's helped me a lot to be fearless, in the real world.
I learned that friendship doesn't have limits.
My friends I've made through Special Olympics are the best people I've ever met in my life. And it's not about disabilities, but it's about celebrating their abilities.
It makes you feel like a wonderful person and your life changes forever.
I've made a difference. Now it's your turn to make a difference.
We are champions together.
Making a difference every day.
Underway and inning number 2 is set to stand in is Brian Nelson, and the first pitch is a strike.
Brian Nelson.
0-1 the count. Roger Nunez in his second inning of work as we welcome you back to Mercer County Park. This one lined towards short, and a nice play there by Junior Charles. Able to snag it, and it's 1 down here in the top of the second.
To bat number 28, Richie Pingator.
I'm going to bring up the catcher, Richie Pingator. Number 8 hitter in the lineup for New Jersey, head coach Cynthia Godown. The lefty Nunez into the circle, looks in for his sign. And the pitch is in for a strike, 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1. And it's swung on and foul tip. 0-2 the count. That one misses, 1-2. One, 2. 2-2. Here at Field 3 in Mercer County Park. This one swung on, snagged toward third, and in there safely will be Pingator on at first.
Third, Richie Pingator safe at first. Now up.
So that one made a real tough play as it was lined right at third base and kicked high off the bag. And that makes the runner safe over at first. We'll have a courtesy runner on coming in at first base. That'll be number 3, Brian Nelson, running over at first. And Mike Margaram stands in. First baseman, first pitch is low, 1-0 the count. A team can get a courtesy runner once per inning here in Special Olympics softball. Is that one in to even up the count at 1? So that's why you see the courtesy runner in for Pingator, something you see in high school baseball a lot. Usually you'll see a courtesy runner for either the pitcher or the catcher. As Margaram swings and pops one up in the short center field, and able to snag it is Christian Lugo. And it's 2 down here in the New Jersey second.
That's the second out of the inning. Now batting number 23, Michael Crawford.
Set to stand in now, Michael Crawford, the designated hitter for New Jersey. 2 down, runner on at first. 3-3 our scores. We play on here in the top of inning number 2. First pitch to the righty, Crawford is outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. This one swung on and hit out toward left field, and that one will be caught. Nicely done. Out in left field, Johan Nova, long run, able to snag it. And that will retire New Jersey here in the second. So for New Jersey, no runs on a hit and 1 left on. We'll head to the bottom half of inning number 2. 3-3 our score between the Dominican Republic and New Jersey. You're watching Special Olympics softball here on Strive.
In ancient Rome, the gladiators went into the arena with these words on their lips: "Let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt."
In 1968, a woman stood before a heartened crowd and announced to all who would listen that people with intellectual disabilities have a place in this world, and in doing so proved that one person has the power to change the lives of millions.
The right to play on any playing field, you have earned it. The days of separation and segregation are over.
This September, on EKS Day, people around the world will carry on Eunice Kennedy Shriver's campaign for inclusion, acceptance, and unity. Play unified to live unified.
Johan Nova.
To the bottom of the second, 3-3 our score, set to stand in Johan Nova. 8, 9, and 10 will bat here in the Dominican Republic lineup. Mike Samsel joining you on the call between New Jersey and the Dominican Republic. Vanderpool in his second inning delivers the first pitch. And that one misses for a ball. 1-0 the count. Vanderpool from the rubber deals. And that one misses 2-0. Roger Nunez, the pitcher for the Dominican Republic, waits on deck. Two and one the count. As that one in for a strike. The 2-1 swung on and missed. 2-2 the count. Vanderpool trying to get the first out as this one swung on and hit toward right center and in for a base hit. Play at first and able to beat it out is Johan Nova.
Right field by Johan Nova, bringing up Roger Nunez.
So to bring Roger Nunez to the plate with one on and nobody down here in the bottom of the second. First pitch misses for a ball. Want to know the count. Two and 0. Vanderpool looks in for a sign. And the 2-0. Coming in 2-1 the count. Two balls, one strike to count to Nunez. This one swung on and hit out towards shortstop. Little humpback line drive caught by Brian Eitzen. And it's one down here in the bottom of the second. We're proud to be joined right now by Craig Pibbert from the Special Olympics. Craig, thanks for taking a couple minutes and joining us here.
Sure, thank you for having me on this morning.
And I know you guys certainly have to be very excited to bring the Special Olympics here to Mercer County in 2014.
Absolutely. We've got a great weekend. We've had a great weekend. This is just a small prelude to what we're going to be doing next year here in Mercer County.
Set to stand in is the short fielder, Christian Lugo. And the first pitch misses for a ball. 1-0 the count. Now this is a tournament that is held every year in the Special Olympics, as that one's in 1-1. Explain to us a little bit about what this tournament is.
Sure. We're glad to have this tournament sponsored by Moose International, and they have been involved with the regional softball tournament. This is the third year of a true standalone event, but then we've actually had the partnership dating back to 2009.
Pitch fouled off. 1-2 the count. It's a great tournament we've had here. We mentioned this tournament is held yearly. It's all over the country, and I believe this was held in it was held last year somewhere out west, I believe.
We were fortunate enough to be in Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City last year, yeah.
The ASA Hall of Fame complex, and actually played games there on the main stadium field. It was a really great opportunity for our athletes and teams to be there at ASA.
Foul back. And that will be out number 2 here in the inning, as 1-2 was the count to Lugo. We mentioned a little bit earlier on in the game, if you foul a pitch off with 2 strikes, that is an out. So it's 2 down, and we'll go back to the top of the order. Joel Nova, who singled and scored in his first at bat off of Vanderpool. That pitch misses low for a ball. 1-0 the count. This one swung on, hit up toward the middle, and going the short way to second base is Brian Eitzen, and that will retire the Dominican Republic here in the second. Craig will join us more in inning number 3 as we head to the third. It's tied at 3 between New Jersey and the Dominican Republic. You're watching Strive's coverage of Special Olympics softball.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was scared and shy. It was hard to look at people's faces. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. I made friends and won lots of gold medals. But I learned more than just playing golf. Special Olympics helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
Back here in Mercer County Park, Mike Samsel and Craig Pibbert on the call. Our producer this morning is Derek Raymond. Thanks so much for joining us for Special Olympics softball here on Strive. And Craig, we mentioned this is a tournament that's held yearly, and it has teams really not only all over the country, but all over the world. How do teams go about getting involved in the tournament?
That's correct, Mike. We're fortunate enough to have teams from not only the North America region, which would be the U.S. and our friends from Canada, but also we have 3 teams from Latin America participating. To be eligible
for New Jersey,
to participate in this event,
Vanessa
teams would compete at their state level, or if you're in Canada, the provincial level. Certainly with Dominican and Mexico and Puerto Rico, it's a national level. But we have a quota process to determine eligibility, and from there we allocate the quotas. Teams submit their registration, and then we look forward to them joining us at our site, which is here in Mercer County this year.
1 on the count to Negron, and the pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 the count. Now, we mentioned a lot of different sites for the Special Olympics coming up. We're going to be Rider University coming up next year. We'll be here at Mercer County Park. We'll also be at the College of New Jersey. All sorts of great sites throughout the area here in Mercer County. It's really a great showcase for all. What are some of the events that we're going to see at different sites?
Well, the Mercer County Complex is going to house a number of sports. We'll obviously have the softball. Across the street from where we are, we'll have tennis. We'll have cycling on the main road, and then we'll be using the lake here for our triathlon. First time that we've offered that event at a national games. And then we'll have basketball at different locations throughout the county. We'll have volleyball on campus at Rider, which you've mentioned, and basketball will be there too. I neglected to mention soccer will be out here at Mercer County. But then we have gymnastics, aquatics on campus at Princeton. Athletics will be on campus at Princeton as well. Gymnastics will be at the Petty School. I'm sure I'm leaving a couple out here, not intentionally. Bocce will be at TC&J, powerlifting at TC&J.
3-1 currently the count at the plate to Mikey Skeens. Vanessa Negron was retired, so 1 down here in the third. Mike Samsel here being joined by Craig Pippert from the Special Olympics. 3-1 in for a strike, and the count is full at 3-2.
And then we'll have a number of special events going on as well. We'll have an opportunity for our athletes to take a dinner cruise around the Statue of Liberty, which is certainly an outstanding opportunity. Attending the Trenton Thunder baseball games in the evenings, and then we'll have some other opportunities like Healthy Athletes Olympic Town, which are usually associated with a national games or even state or provincial level games.
Right. Runner safe on at first with a base hit was Skeens, so 1-on-1 down. And David Wardell set to stand in. First pitch misses, 1-0 the count. And we mentioned it's really a great showcase here in Mercer County. We mentioned we have all the great colleges and high schools throughout the area, but here at Mercer County Park, you know, one of the great things about being here in Mercer County, none of the events are all that far from one another. Everything's in a nice confined area, and this is an area, at least in my opinion, you know, it's great to see the Olympics, the Special Olympics come here, because it's an area that's so ready for an event like this, and I think it's going to be a great showcase, as we said, not only for Special Olympics, but for the county itself.
Absolutely, absolutely. And all of our competitions next year will be free to the general public. So if you're looking for things to do, June the 14th through the 21st, come out and see some great competition here at the Mercer County Complex.
This one line towards short center field. Christian Lugo able to make the catch, scurrying back to first base is Michael Skeens, and it's 2 down here in the top of the third.
Brian Eitzen.
Brian Eitzen set to stand in. Eitzen reached on a fielder's choice back in inning number 1. He got the 3-run rally started for New Jersey. Nunez deals, and that one is a ball. 1-0 the count. Even up 1-1. To Eitzen, Jamie Singh waits on deck. Here's the pitch. And this one swung on a little humpback liner towards second base that Joel Nova is able to make the catch on, and that retires New Jersey.
That ends the top of the third
here
inning.
In inning number 3.
3-3.
We'll move on to the bottom half of the third. All tied at 3.
Let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
This September on EKS Day, people around the world will carry on Eunice Kennedy Shriver's campaign for inclusion, acceptance, and unity.
days of separation and segregation are over.
Play unified to live unified.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. It helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
To learn how to become a member.
Moose International is a proud sponsor of Special Olympics. You can contact a local chapter for more information about how to become a member of Moose International. Mike Samsel, Craig Pippert heading to the bottom half of inning number 3. Our score tied at 3. As set to stand in now for the Dominican Republic, it's 2, 3, and 4. Carlos Reyes, Edison Javier, and Miguel Dianico as the first pitch is swung on, fly towards center field, and in left center field able to make the catch is Michael Skinas, and it's 1 down. And we mentioned all the sponsors who helped us out here with the Special Olympics, Craig, and we have a great number of them helping us out. We have Barnabas Health, Hess, KPMG, PSE&G, Toys R Us, ShopRite, and the WWE. And it's got to be amazing to see such support from great companies like that.
Absolutely. These games are really benefited, all of us, by the support of these outstanding sponsors, and to have them come together collectively is a really big plus for all of our athletes and programs coming in next year.
Line towards second base and in for a base hit. So reaching, digging for second. Here's the play in there and able to get there. Great base running from Edison Javier.
For a double.
So that's a double and a runner on at second base with 1 down. And Miguel Dianico will stand in. Looking in for a sign is Vanderpool. Runner in scoring position with a 1 down. First pitch is low, 1-0 the count. One-0 from Vanderpool is in for a strike. 1-1. Here's a 1-1. This one swung on and hit through on the left side for a base hit. Rounding third and able to get home on the play will be Edison Javier towards second, and sliding in safely is Dianico. Now we'll head toward third as the ball gets loose on the infield. And Dominican Republic will take the lead on the base hit
1 run
from Dianico. And that will make it 4-3. And over to third base. On the play will go Dianico. Set to stand in now is Conce. Grounded out to third base his first time up. One down, first pitch. Misses for a ball, 1-0 the count. One-0 in for a strike, 1-1. And another thing that's so beneficial, Craig, is I know a lot of the volunteers and things of that nature that help out. If there's anyone just around the Mercer County areas, this one swung on and hit in the left field. It'll bring in another run as it's an RBI single on the play for Luis Conce, and it makes it 5-3 Dominican Republic.
Now batting,
one of the great
Junior
things,
Charles.
as we mentioned, volunteers and help and anything like that. If there's anyone around the Mercer County area, whether it's an umpire or just anything like that, how can people help out here in Mercer County when the Special Olympics come 2014?
Absolutely. Volunteers are the lifeblood of this organization, not only for the national games, but at the local and state levels too. If people are interested in volunteering for the national games next year, they can go to the games website. They can also contact the games directly. We need general volunteers. We need competition officials. You bet all of those are folks that we would certainly welcome to be involved with the games next year.
I have someone down right now. I believe it's Vanessa Negron, the second baseman. as there's a close play there at second base and a little bit of a collision out there. So they'll take this opportunity to check on Vanessa, make sure she's okay. And in the meantime, we'll step aside here, take a quick timeout with one down here in the bottom of the third. 5-3 Dominican Republic lead.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. It helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
Glad to see Vanessa back to her feet. And they'll take a look at her. And this is actually an opportunity to explain. There's a bit of a difference here, Craig. When you have a player that's injured, if you elect to use a designated hitter, if I understand the rule correctly, the designated hitter now, instead of having 10 players out there on the field, New Jersey can only have 9. And I believe Vanessa is the only one who could re-enter the game.
That's a very good technical question, and I may not be the best person to ask that one too. With softball, we can have what's referred to as an EP,
okay,
an extra player,
right,
and then they're allowed to substitute.
Okay, yeah, that'll make sense. Here comes the explanation right now. And it looks like what'll happen is whoever was the designated hitter, which in this case was Michael Crawford, will now come into the field. And what will happen is when Vanessa's spot comes up to the lineup, if she's unable to bat, it will just be, that part of the order will be skipped and it will be an out. And that's one of the things, kind of the managerial strategy, if you will, the head coaching strategy that comes into the game. Because with the Dominican Republic, if we were to see a similar situation, they would be able to put another player in because they didn't use the extra player.
That's absolutely correct.
So you see kind of the managerial strategies coming into play in this one. Is set to stand in now is Joel Arias. First pitch is in for a strike, 0-1 the count.
You hate to see a potential injury, but that's where it's important to carry a full roster and have
right,
people who could step in and play multiple roles.
Here's the pitch. And that one misses, 1-1 the count. Now we mentioned there's a couple different divisions coming up here on Strive. You could see over on Field 2, it's a game in the Unified Division. And here on Field 3 will be a game in the Unified Division coming up. And coverage of that one expected to start around 10:30, 10:45. Now, what are some of the differences that we can get into between a Unified Division and the traditional division?
Traditional teams are comprised of Special Olympics athletes. So all of the players on the team are all Special Olympics athletes. With our unified competition, those teams are comprised of individuals with intellectual disabilities and individuals without. We refer to those persons as unified partners. The primary objective with unified competition is that we're watching these softball games. We're not able to really determine who the athletes are and who the unified partners are because the ability level is very comparable.
Right. Here's a walk, and it loads the bases now. Great opportunity for Dominican Republic and the left fielder Johan Nova to stand in. Bases loaded, one down. Force set up at any base now for New Jersey. With only one down here in inning number 3. First pitch is in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Games traditionally go either 7 innings or an hour and 15 minutes. Whatever comes first, as that pitch misses. And also, if the game is tied after an hour and 15 minutes, we would see the game continue. Vanderpool looks in for a sign. This one swung on, flown well out toward right field. Long run, and that one will get in. It may clear him. 2 runs are going to score. Digging for third. They'll send the runner coming around. Here's the play. It's safe, and it's a bases clearing double for Johan Nova. And that will make the score 8-3 on the bases clearing double by Johan Nova. And now Roger Nunez will stand in with another runner here in scoring position. The Dominican Republic has really been hitting the ball here well in this game, Craig.
Oh, they've been playing very well, both in the field and certainly at the plate.
We'll have a timeout called here. So I believe we may see a pinch hitter coming in for Roger Nunez. The head coach Vladimir Gonzalez going over things with our home plate umpire Beverly Funicelli. Eight to 3 our score. With one down, one on, already 5 runs home here in the inning. For the Dominican Republic. So it'll be a pinch hitter here. It'll be Fermin Vargas, and he'll pinch hit for Christian Lugo. Our home plate umpire Beverly Funicelli say 18 will hit for 22. And set to stand in now after a conference. Roger Nunez will have the first chance to hit. Runner on at second base is Nova. Here's the first pitch, and that one misses for a ball to Nunez. 1-0 the count. One-0 pitch is in for a strike, even up at 1-1 to Nunez. On deck will be Fermin Vargas. Set to hit next. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And that one misses 2-1. Pitch to Nunez, and this one swung on and popped up. Short center field, drifting over the left fielder, and that one will fall in. As Jamie Singh saw that one kick off the heel of his glove. Now there'll be the play at the plate. Here's the throw, and he is out at the plate. Going towards second base. And able to get in there safely is Roger Nunez. But a great recovery out there in left field as they were able to throw the runner out at third base. And as you'll be able to see on your screen here in just a second, there are a couple different home plates. And what happens is basically every play is a force play, a tag play, if you will. And the way they have it set up, the home plate that you see on your left, that is the one that the runner runs toward. And traditional home plate that you see, that is the one that the defensive player would keep their foot on. Essentially the same way you would see a play at any other base. It would just be a tag play in home plate. Foot has to be on the base, and it's just a bang-bang play. Whoever makes it to which bag first, as this one is tapped toward the mound off the hill. Underhand to first. Nicely done by Andrew Vanderpool. And that will retire the Dominican Republic here in the third, but not before they add 5 runs in the inning. We'll head to the fourth. Our score, Dominican Republic leads over New Jersey 8-3. You're watching Special Olympics softball here on Strive.
It was senior year and the whole school was cheering for her. And just seeing the smile on her face and then looking at the whole school and people were crying and people were cheering and just seeing how the whole school came together just for her was the most amazing thing ever.
Special Olympics has changed my life so dramatically.
I truly realize that what I'm doing is for a great cause.
It's helped me a lot to be fearless, in the real world.
I learned that friendship doesn't have limits.
My friends I've made through Special Olympics are the best people I've ever met in my life. And it's not about disabilities, but it's about celebrating their abilities.
It makes you feel like a wonderful person and your life changes forever.
I've made a difference. Now it's your turn to make a difference.
We are champions together.
Making a difference every day.
Back here in Mercer County Park, Mike Samsel and Craig Pippert. 8-3 Dominican Republic leads as we head to the fourth here in the gold medal game. in the traditional division as the first pitch is low for a ball, 1-0 the count. Looking in is Nunez, and his pitch. Singh swings and fouls it off. And it will even up the count, 1-1 strike. To the left fielder.
Thank you, appreciate it.
For New Jersey, Jamie Singh.
Yeah, that's right.
Nunez looks in for a sign. And the 1-1.
Thank you, sir.
And that one misses. 2-1 the count to Singh. This one swung on line toward first and into right field. That one will be a base hit. Great effort over there at first base by Javier Edison, but it was a solid hit at the plate from Singh. And so we'll have a runner on at first and nobody down here to start the fourth. And set to stand in
number 11, Andrew
is the pitcher Andrew Vanderpool. We saw New Jersey have a 3-run rally back in inning number 1. So they are certainly not out of this game by any stretch. Set to stand in is Vanderpool with a runner on at first. Nunez looks in for a sign. Here's the pitch. And this one swung on, chopped up the middle. Play at second base, able to get to the bag. It'll be 1 out, and on at first is safe. So it'll be a fielder's choice. Is retired down at second base is Jamie Singh. Vanderpool is on at first, and it's 1 down.
Josh Orland.
Here in the fourth, and set to stand in is Josh Orland, the third baseman. Nunez deals. And the first pitch to Orland is low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Orland swings and pops this one foul. Evening the count at 1. One and 1 the count to Orland, runner on at first. With 1 down here in the fourth, New Jersey trailing by 5, 8-3. Nunez looking in. Here's the pitch. Orland swings and chops it toward shortstop, able to field. Charles 1 on the first, in time, double play, nicely done, 6-4-3. Double play by the Dominican Republic. Charles on to Nova, on to Edison, and New Jersey is retired here in inning number 4. We'll go to the bottom half of the fourth. Our score 8-3, Dominican Republic in.
In ancient Rome, the gladiators went into the arena with these words on their lips. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
In 1968, a woman stood before a heartened crowd and announced to all who would listen that people with intellectual disabilities have a place in this world, and in doing so proved that one person has the power to change the lives of millions.
The right to play on any playing field, you have earned it. The days of separation and segregation are over.
This September, on EKS Day, people around the world will carry on Eunice Kennedy Shriver's campaign for inclusion, acceptance, and unity. Play unified to live unified.
Back here at Mercer County Park on Strive, Mike Samsel on the call. Our producer Derek Raymond, and a big thanks to Craig Pippert for joining us throughout the game and explaining some things about the Special Olympics as the first pitch misses for a ball. 1-0 the count to Joel Nova, second baseman and leadoff hitter in the Dominican Republic lineup. 8-3, the Dominican Republic in front here in the fourth. Mentioned either 7 innings or an hour and 15 minutes are the duration of the ball game. 2-0 the count to Joel Nova. First pitch of this game was delivered right around 9 o'clock. So New Jersey would certainly like to have a quick inning here and try and get some of those runs back as the 2-0 is in for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike the count to the second baseman, Joel Nova. Vanderpool deals. And this one swung on, hit right back to the pitcher, and Vanderpool on the first base. In time, Nova retired. And set to stand in now is Carlos Reyes, the center fielder. Reyes has had a couple nice defensive plays in the game. And also had an extra base hit as well. Scored a run back in the first. As that pitch misses low for a ball, 1-0 the count. Vanderpool looks in. 1-0. Swung on, driven up the middle, and just past the outstretched arm of Brian Nelson and into center field. That'll be a base hit.
Solid single to right field, bringing up Edison.
So safe
Javier.
on at first is Reyes, and it'll bring Edison Javier to the plate. Javier doubled and scored as well for the Dominican Republic. That came back in inning number 1 and also got things going in the 5-run rally last inning. Vanderpool's pitch is swung on, driven right back through the box. Hard hit ball and into center for a base hit. Play at second. And in there safely is the runner Reyes.
Puts runners on first and second with 1 out.
That's a nice throw there from Wardell, making it a close play at second base. But now runners on at first and second with 1 down, and set to stand in is Miguel Dionisio. Vanderpool deals the first pitch, and it's swung on and hit well out toward left field. There to make the catch is Jamie Singh.
A nice play in left field for the
And that will be out number 2 here in the 4th. And now set to stand in is the catcher, Luis Conce. Reyes the runner at second, Javier on at first. Conce at the plate, and the first pitch is swung on and dribbled toward third. Nice snag there by Orland, and he'll tag the runner coming by for out number 3. So quickly retired is the Dominican Republic here in inning number 4. Mercer County will have a chance in the 5th. New Jersey, here in Mercer County,
A reminder
as they trail 8-3.
return to Mercer County Park from June.
In ancient Rome, the gladiators went into the arena with these words on their lips: "Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt."
In 1968, a woman stood before a heartened crowd and announced to all who would listen that people with intellectual disabilities have a place in this world, and in doing so proved that one person has the power to change the lives of millions.
The right to play on any playing field, you have earned it. The days of separation and segregation are over.
This September on EKS Day, people around the world will carry on Eunice Kennedy Shriver's campaign for inclusion, acceptance, and unity. Play unified to live unified.
The Dominican Republic leads over New Jersey 8-3. As we head on to inning number 5, Mike Samsel with you as the first pitch misses to Brian Nelson, now playing second base. 1-0 the count. Pitch to Nelson in for a strike, even up 1-1. We mentioned Nelson now playing at second base, started out in right field, but an injury to Vanessa Negron. She had to come out of the game. And so Nelson moved to second as this one slugged pretty well out toward left field, and that one will get foul. So a nice hit there by Nelson, but about 5 feet foul down the left field line. So it'll make the count 1-2. To Nelson. It's Nelson, Pingator, and Margaram to hit here in the New Jersey 5th. Team trailing by 5. And the hour 15-minute mark creeping up for New Jersey. gold medal game here in the traditional division. Here's the pitch. This one swung on and lined over the shortstop, Junior Charles' head, and into left field for a base hit. So Nelson,
Single to left field,
a
right
leadoff
line,
base
Nelson
runner
bringing up Richie Pingator.
here in the 5th, and it will bring Richie Pingator to the plate. Pingator already has a single to his credit in the game and looking to build on it. As Roger Nunez looks in for a sign, and the pitch. That one misses. 1-0 the count. 2-0 as that one misses. That one's ball 3, 3-0 to the New Jersey batter Richie Pingator. Here's the pitch. And that one is inside, ball 4. So it's a 4-pitch walk. Pingator on at first. So now 2 runners on base as Nelson moves down to second. Pingator on at first. And Mike Marjoram will stand in. The first baseman for New Jersey, set to face the pitcher Roger Nunez. Here's the pitch. And that one in for a strike, 0-1 the count. The 0-1, this one swung on, smoked down the third base side. That one's fair to roll into left field. Here comes the runner Nelson, and he'll score as the runners hold at first and second, and New Jersey gets one back. Still nobody down here in the inning, and that makes it an 8-4 game. And now set to stand in is Michael Crawford. Crawford a chance to really keep the New Jersey rally going, as there'll be a runner coming in down at first base. As set to run will be the courtesy runner Andrew Vanderpool down at first base. Running for Marjoram. And Crawford will stand in. Pitch in for a strike, 0-1 the count. Here's the 0-1. Crawford swings and hits one toward left field, but they're able to make the catch. Is Johan Nova, and the runners will have to stay put. That's out number 1 here of the inning. And set to stand in will be Vanessa Negron. So that will not be an automatic out in the lineup, as Negron is good to step to the plate and swing. Nunez delivers the first pitch to Negron. And it's inside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Top of the order, and Michael Skinas waits on deck. As that pitch misses, 2-0. Here's the wind and the 2-0. And that one misses for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to count. Nunez serves it up, and it's in for a strike, 3-1. Swung on and missed by Negron, 3-2. One down, runners at first and second. 1-2. And that one is in for strike 3. Negron is retired. And that is out number 2 of the inning.
Now batting for New Jersey.
So set to stand in is the left center fielder, Mikey Skeens. Nunez trying to get out of danger here in the 5th. Only surrendering 1 run as the first couple of batters here in the New Jersey inning reached base. Pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0. And that one in for a strike, even up 1-1. David Wardell, right center fielder, waits on deck should New Jersey keep the inning alive as Skeen swings and hits this one towards short. Fielded by Charles, and he'll take the short way to second base to retire New Jersey here in inning number 5. New Jersey is able to get a run back as we've played 4.5. Our score 8-4. Dominican Republic leads here in the gold medal game of the traditional division here on Strive.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was scared and shy. It was hard to look at people's faces. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. I made friends and won lots of gold medals. But I learned more than just playing golf. Special Olympics helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
Moose International is a proud sponsor of Special Olympics softball here on Strive. Contact a local chapter for more information about how to join Moose International. Mike Samsel here on the call as we head to the bottom half of inning number 5, 8-4, the Dominican Republic in front over New Jersey. And set to stand in the lineup will be 6, 7, and 8 for Dominican Republic, Junior Charles, Joel Arias, and Johan Nova as we head to the bottom of the 5th. And we just heard our base umpire, Rick McCauley, say during the commercial break about 13 minutes left to play in the game. As the first pitch is in for a strike. 0-1 the count to Junior Charles. Vanderpool working in his 5th inning. Got the start in the game for New Jersey. This one swung on and hit towards short and into left field for a base hit. Hard hit ball there by Junior Charles. Not the first time he's done that today. He's hit the ball hard all day. And he has a single to start inning number 5. I'll bring Joel Arias a chance to hit. Arias playing right field in today's game. As the Dominican Republic head coach comes out, set to make a change, informing our home plate umpire Beverly Funicelli. So I think we're going to have a runner coming in down at first base. That's what we'll see. As coming in off the bench for the Dominican Republic, it'll be 21 David Hernandez to run down at first with nobody down here in the 5th. And Arias coming to the plate. All the athletes trying to get an opportunity to play in this one. The head coach is doing a great job of it as that pitch is in for a strike. 0-1 the count. Vanderpool deals. And that one in for a strike. 0-2 the count to Arias. Johan Nova, the left fielder, waits on deck. Here's pitch. And that one misses. 1-2. Great crowd on hand out here at Mercer County Park for this one. As that pitch misses outside. 2-2. Over the Mercer County area, very excited to host the Special Olympic Games in 2014. It's 2-2. This one swung on, little humpback liner behind second base and in for a base hit. So it'll be runners at first and second. That one was hit just past the shortstop Brian Hudson. Gave it a good run, but not quite able to get to it. And set to stand in now is Johan Nova. So I believe we'll have another runner coming into the game at first base. David Hernandez moves down to second base on the play. Johan Nova standing in, trying to add to his team's 4-run lead here in inning number 5, and also give an opportunity for New Jersey to gather around their pitcher Andrew Vanderpool. So I have a runner coming into the game. 14 is Yerlin Urena will come into the game and run at first base. Actually, check that. It's number 9, my apologies, not 14. Number 9, Carlos Romero, coming on to run at first. And standing in is Nova. There's some confusion now from Beverly Funicelli. Wants to talk things over with the head coach, Vladimir Gonzalez from the Dominican Republic. Originally thought I said it was 14, which was Yerlin Urena to come on and run at first base, but Carlos Romero now in the game running down there at first base, so they're doing their best to get things straightened out. And now it will be Urena coming into the game to run, and Carlos Romero will come out. Playing on here in the bottom of the 5th, the Dominican Republic in front by 4. Sneaking up on about 10 minutes to play in the game. Things will wrap up around 10:20 or so. Mentioned games last about an hour and 15 minutes is the time limit, or 7 innings, whichever comes first, as that pitch is in for a strike. 0-1 to count to Nova. Hernandez, the runner at second, Urena on at first, and this one is swung on and popped up toward right field, and that one will get in for a base hit rounding third. Here's Hernandez. He'll come around to score. Now digging for third. They'll send the runner again. Urena will come toward home, and time is out. Here's the play, and the runner will be safe at third, but timeout is called. I think there may be an out at third base with Urena. The coach not able to help the athletes run. Right now discussing it are Funicelli and McCauley. And right now they're trying to decide if Gonzalez gave a little bit of a push to the runner Urena. As hot on his heels was Johan Nova digging for third base. So now the coaches coming around, both coaches from each side, trying to get an explanation. 2 runs originally scored on the play. We'll see if that second run will stand up. It's at least 9-4. So what they'll do is they'll send the runner Nova back to second base, and it will be 1 out. So the runner will be retired. So what happens, it's in the rule book that the coaches can't physically help the runners run. And you saw the third base coach, what happened was a little bit of a guiding from the third base coach down there to the runner Yerlin Urena. So he's retired. That's why there's an out at third base. Runner on at second, and 1 run does count. So it's 9-4 and 1 down. And set to stand in is the pitcher Roger Nunez. And we're going to have a runner coming in now at second base as well. Carlos Romero now will get an opportunity to run for Johan Nova down at second base. Dominican Republic in front by 5 here in the gold medal game of the traditional division. Don't forget, coming up at 10:30 here on Field 3, it will be the unified division as Georgia will be in action against Maryland. You'll be able to watch that one right here on Strive. And also over on Field 2, you'll be able to see on Strive as well. In the unified division, Illinois will be taking on Oklahoma. Tom Monfiletto will have the call that one over on Field 2. See that one here on Strive as well. Also in action, North Carolina and Texas over on Field 2. That game going on as well over on Field 2. Complete coverage of the Special Olympics softball medal rounds here on the Strive Network. We thank you so much for joining us and making us part of your day. Mike Samsel on the call, and our producer is Derek Raymond. There's a little bit of a conversation going on right now by home plate, just making sure everyone kind of had a firm understanding of the rules, and the head coach, Vladimir Gonzalez, speaking through a translator, helping him communicate with the home plate umpire, Beverly Funicelli. So now set to stand in is Roger Nunez. Nunez will be facing Vanderpool with 1 down and a runner on second base, and the first pitch misses low for a ball, 1-0 the count.
Now batting number 5, Roger Nunez.
9-4, the Dominican Republic in front. Vanderpool deals. And that one low, even up 1-1. That one low, 2-1 the count. On deck, Christian Lugo. As that pitch misses low, and it's ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike to Nunez. Vanderpool offers it up, and it's in for a strike. It's a full count. (3-2). This one swung on, dribbled towards second base. And Nelson fires on the first, but that one gets away. Coming around to score as the ball rolls into the dugout, so it'll be a dead ball. And heading up towards second base on the play will be the runner, Roger Nunez. Another run scores. That makes it 10-4, Dominican Republic in front. And a runner will move into scoring position. And set to stand in now will be Christian Lugo. With 1 down and a 6-run lead for the Dominican Republic. Here in the bottom half of inning number 5.
Christian Lugo.
Nunez, first pitch. Lugo swings and fouls it off. Oh, 0-1 the count. Joel Nova, top of the order, who's had a nice game, waits on deck for the Dominican Republic. This one swung on, chopped back toward the pitcher. Vanderpool on the first. And that is out. Number 3 of the inning. And the Dominican Republic is retired. So we are through 5 innings. And our score, the Dominican Republic is in front, 10-4 of New Jersey. And we thank you for joining us here on Strive's coverage of the Special Olympics.
Let me win. But if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
This September, on EKS Day, people around the world will carry on Eunice Kennedy Shriver's campaign for inclusion, acceptance, and unity.
The days of separation and segregation are over.
Play unified to live unified.
I used to never really talk. Ever. I was afraid if I said something wrong, everyone would laugh at me. But then I started to play golf with Special Olympics. It helped me to find my voice. And now everyone else is speechless.
Last chance here for New Jersey as we're sneaking up on the hour and 15-minute mark of the game. Our score, 10-4, the Dominican Republic is in front. And I believe there's a little talk going on right now as one of the officials from Special Olympics is out there talking to Beverly Funicelli. But standing in now, it's 2, 3, and 4 in the New Jersey lineup. David Wardell will have the first chance for New Jersey. Nunez deals, and it's inside, 1-0 the count.
Now batting number 2, David Wardell.
Don't forget, coming up game number 2, we'll see a unified game as Georgia will take on Maryland. 1-1 the count to Wardell. 1-1 inside, 2-1 the count. Two balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And it's in for a strike. It's 2-2. The 2-2 to Wardell. This one swung on, hit towards short. Waiting for it is Charles. He'll fire on the first base in time. And it's 1 down here in the New Jersey 6th.
Now batting number 20, Brian
We'll bring in Brian Eitzen. The shortstop for New Jersey with one down here in the fifth. Eitzen on the day. Reached on a fielder's choice in the first and was able to score one of the 4 New Jersey runs that they have so far in the game. First pitch from Nunez. Misses for a ball. Want to know the count. To Brian Eitzen. Jamie Singh, the left fielder, waits on deck for New Jersey. Here's the pitch. This one swung on, hit pretty well out toward left field, and that one will get down in fair territory for a base hit, roll all the way to the corner. Eitzen digging for second. He'll get there. Now he'll try for third, and he'll get there diving in safely. A triple from Brian Eitzen. Nice hustle, able to get him in at third base, and now set to stand in is the left fielder, Jamie Singh. Singh with a single and a run scored in the game. Swings and grounds this one toward the left side of the infield. There's Charles again on the first. Throw misses and goes out of play. So safe at first will be Singh. He'll actually go down to second base as Eitzen scores, and that makes it a 10-5 ball game. And another runner in scoring position for Andrew Vanderpool, the pitcher for New Jersey, set to stand in. First pitch from Nunez. Misses low for a ball. Want to know the count. 1-0. And that one misses. 2-0 the count. Josh Orland playing third base for New Jersey. Waits on deck. Here's the pitch. And that one in for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. 10-5, New Jersey trails with a runner on at second. Here's the pitch. Vanderpool swings and hits it back through the box. That one knocked down by shortstop Charles on the first. Another high throw out of play. So coming around to score on the play will be Singh. Towards second as the ball went out of play is Andrew Vanderpool. Orland will stand in, and now it's a 10-6 ball game.